Hi everyone, it's Wendy from Encore Living, and today I want to share with you ideas for travel that you probably have never even thought of, maybe didn't even know existed. They're out of the ordinary, and some of the destinations are exotic. They are affordable to over the top, and they should get your heart pumping. And if you hang on till the end, I will share with you one of the most popular tours booked today. So let's get started. Okay. So number one, how would you like to barge the French canals and waterways? This is, they take people from 4 to about 24 passengers. They're slow, you can stop, you can bike, and just enjoy the waterways. And that would be a lovely, lovely tour. So if you want to relax, try that one. I would suggest if you wanted to look into it, there's lots of barge companies out there. I particularly like Barge Lady Cruises, so give them a try. Another one, here's how would you like to do some cruising through the fjords of Norway? Okay, or you can circumvent Iceland on a Hurtigruten will take you there. They have ships that they're not exotic, they're not luxury ships. They're just good ships that will take you through those destinations. They're comfortable, and I think they're reasonable too. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and check them out as well. If you want to go to the Arctic, let's see, you could go the Northwest Passage. You can do it by expedition ship, or you can do it on luxury cruises. If you want to go to the Antarctic, well, then you need special ships that can handle that ice down there. And Quark Expeditions does a very good job with that. But, you know, as I say, there are many. I just know that particular one, and they do a very good job. So let's move on to shopping, okay? So if you are a shopper like me, and I don't like going to the malls and stuff like that, but there's a company that's called Bicester Collection, and they have 11 unique open-air shopping destinations in the world. And one of them is the designer Kildare Village, and it is just an hour out of Dublin, and it's a village where they have 100 boutiques where you can get 60% off of the recommended retail prices. So I think that's kind of a destination shopping adventure. That would be very nice. Another place you could go, and I hope I pronounced this right, Totnes, England, is considered one of the quirkiest towns in England. And Margaret Manning, she's the owner of 60andMe, she just finished doing a tour of it, and she really loved it. She loved it so much she did a YouTube video on it, so you might want to check that out. So let's see, how about a cave? Fingal's Cave on Straffa Island in the Inner Hebrides of Scotland. Okay, it is known for its natural acoustics, and it is Felix Mendelssohn wrote the Hebrides Overture after being inspired during his 1829 trip to the Fingal's Cave. So he wrote it to capture the Atlantic swell, the sounds of the water crashing into the rocks and lapping against each other. I would suggest you Google it, Fingal's Cave, and see what it's all about. You go in canoes, or you go into the cave in kayaks. I believe you must be taken in, but check it out. It would be a really interesting trip. Cemetery tours, and especially in Europe. Now these are just amazing. I mean, when I was in Ireland, I was doing a tour with a bunch of people like myself, travel agents, and we were just on the roads going by all of these churches with these beautiful cemeteries with headstones that were just gorgeous. And I would have loved to have stopped and did a little tour. Unfortunately, we didn't. But when I was in New Orleans, I did, and I took a tour, and it was so interesting because they have to do things a little differently down there because of they're so low. They are water level. Okay. So Père Lachaise Cemetery in Paris. Okay, that's a who's who of famous people. Oscar Wilde, Jim Morrison, Edith Piaf, lovely singer. And you could go there and just do a tour. Sometimes it's probably good to get a guide because you could wander around forever, and get very tired before you actually saw all the things you wanted to see. So that's another one. What about booking a tour? Book or purchase tickets to an event and then base a tour around that event. Like, okay, let's say you want to go to London and there's a special exhibit there you want to see. So you book your seats, or you book your tickets to go and see it, and then you build your tour around it. So you've got your dates, your tickets, and then you could do a tour of London, or you could leave London and go somewhere else. But pick something that you want to see. How about if you wanted to go to New York City and you wanted to see a play, or there was a photographic exhibit on, or a fashion show in Rio? You book the tickets, you arrange your tour around it instead of the other way around. So I would certainly do that. Who's next? Okay, booking festivals. Book festivals, little known ones. And I picked out 3 that I like murder mystery books. So these 3 are books. But Bloody Scotland, they have a book festival that's held September 18th to 20th of next year. Then there is the Old Peculiar Crime Writing Festival, and it's at Harrogate, North Yorkshire. So that's going to be held July 23 to 26. And they have, incredible writers going to these things. So you may be able to meet them, you be able to go and listen to them chat about their book, do a reading, and maybe you get to even have dinner with them. Who knows? Or you can visit Agatha Christie's old haunt while you're there, and she used to hang out at the Old Swan Hotel. So that's something you could do, and that may fall in with my idea of booking something you want to do and then booking the tour around it. So yeah. Then there's the last one that's happening right here in Calgary next year, October 21 to 25. And that is the BoucherCon World Mystery Convention. And I know for a fact that the 2 headliners are going to be Kathy Reach from the United States, and Canada's own Louise Penny is going to be here. So you could check that one out. That would be, I'm going to be there, so that should be fun. Let's see. Camping or glamping in the Sahara Desert in Morocco. Now that's very popular. You can do it very luxurious, or you can just do it on a local tour. I think it would be marvelous, for a couple of days, not much more than that, but you get to ride camels and stay out in the desert. So there's a thought. Tours led by historians or anthropologists, photographers, chefs, or somebody who is into antiquities of musical instruments, for example. That might be very interesting. So you could go anywhere in the world to do that. That would be very interesting. Or maybe on an archaeological tour. God, my mouth doesn't work today, sorry. Another one, okay. How about doing some wild women expeditions, okay? They do Newfoundland tandem kayaks. They visit Sable Island. They have retreats. So you can paddle around out there and you will be guided. And I know they do other places in the world, but I've always wanted to do the Maritimes and Newfoundland. So yeah, I think that would be very special. Okay, let's see what else I've got here. Oh, when I booked some people to go to Italy, one of the tours that was offered, one of the day tours, was visiting a lady, and I believe she was a countess. And she lived alone in a very beautiful home. And she had all these expensive tapestries on the walls. And you could go and visit her for tea, and she would give you a tour of her tapestries. So things like that. That's an insider tour that you might want to check out, something like that as an add-on to a tour, or maybe included in a tour as an option. Let's go to trains now, okay? So the luxury trains I'm going to talk about here are Belmont. Belmont owns all of these ones I'm talking about now. The Orient Express is now the Venice Simplon Orient Express. And you might not like that one too much if you don't like dressing up, because it is extremely expensive. And it is a suggestion that you wear a tux for dinner if you're a man, and a very floor-length dress for a woman. I don't know if I'd want to pack all those things, so that wouldn't be for me. But hey, if you like something like that, I think their dinner per person is 505 pounds. Yes, that's a lot of money. So anyway, that's an idea if you've always wanted to go on the Orient Express. They also own the Royal Scotsman in Scotland, the Grand Hibernian in Ireland. They also have luxury trains in the Orient and in Peru. So the next two trains are not owned by Belmont, but they are high-end travel in Africa. So you've got the Rovos and the Blue Train, which are luxury trains. And on all of these trains, you sleep on them, which is very nice. So yeah, you could do that. But if you don't want to spend that kind of money, there are other trains going all over Europe. I mean, you could take a train on the beautiful trip up to Swiss Alps. Wow, wouldn't that be special? Yes, and they have many trains going up there. Here's another one that, most of these things are on my bucket list, but hot air balloons. And one of them is the Cappadocia in Turkey. Now that I've seen that filmed, and I thought, wow, the Turkey is so beautiful. I would love to do that. But there's also people, and I've booked people on it, and it's quite expensive, is to do a hot air balloon over the Serengeti. And you have to book it at special times of the year if you want to see the Great Migration. So that is another thought. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up with one more. It is astronomy tours. Okay, I know a couple of people who'd love to do this. You can go down to Patagonia or South Argentina, and you can pair your tour with hotels that are located like the Torres del Paine, which is located in a national park in Patagonia, and it's so dark. Like there's no light pollution down there, so it is just extraordinary. And they do have some astronomy tours down there, so that might be something worth looking into. That's pretty special. Now, what was the last one I promised I would tell you about? Right. Now, if you wanted to go to Scotland, you could book into a hotel, and while you're there, get a tartan made, if you're Scottish, while you're waiting, while you're there, and they would have it ready for you. And you would have to see if you can get it done through the hotel. I know there are a couple of hotels that partner doing that, so you could do that. And the number one tour right now is finding your roots. Yes, finding your roots. So if wherever you're from, you can have it researched ahead of time, and then you go there and you can do a tour of all the places and all the relatives that are buried there and stuff. But you can find your roots. And I know that my family is from Wales and England, and I think that would be quite interesting. So yes, those are some ideas, and I could go on all day, but I don't want to bore you. So I will put below in the description some of the websites that I told you about, some links for you. So thank you very much for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on the link below, and then you'll be advised when my next video is coming out. And if you have any ideas that you'd like me to talk about, maybe some trips, other ideas that you want to contribute, and we can share, the links below, the comments below is where you put that. And my next video is going to be coming out in a few days, and it is going to be the end of this travel series. It's going to be about insider tips or just plain tips on traveling around the world. So yeah, things that you might want to know. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in. Forgive my mouth today. It's just not working quite right. And we'll check you out in the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.